Mariama, would you care to introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Mariama Kunate from K Salon. Well, we are working with women in both districts. For the past 2 years to 3 years, we have been working with adolescents, parents that have adolescent girls for the past 3 years. And I just have few questions. One of the questions is that if we are dealing with a woman that has just a beneficiary that passed away, what will be the suggestion or solution towards that in terms of repayment? Because we have been really having challenge with that with the group members when because since we started the project in 2020, I think 3 beneficiaries have passed away. Even this year we have lost one of our members, but we used to ask the group members to pay for the money because we are scared of TCP or the donors calling us to pay back the money. So I was really I've been asking my boss, director, to give me answer to this, but she said, no, yourself need to ask TCP to get the answer from them directly, because whenever I get meetings with them, asking them to pay for their group member, they will start saying, no, we don't need to pay because she has passed away. I told them that I promised them faithfully that I will get on to them. Thank you. Then the other question is, for the last month, we did fundraising. We did fundraising and dinner, and it was suggested by the group members, the women that we are dealing with, that they want to be raising funds for themselves. So we have some proceeds from that. We want to know if we are allowed to add that money to the money that we receive to TCP, the money that we are always giving reports on. Thank you.
Okay, I think I should probably answer these questions as they come up. So first of all, with the person who died, one way to handle it would be if Case Salon wanted to use some of their earnings and interest earnings to pay off that loan. Otherwise, we understand that there are times when a loan does not get repaid. So that will just put that in the notes someplace. Let us know that that person is deceased and that we don't expect to have any money coming in from that person. And as far as that new money entering the system, the fundraiser, I think that could also solve the problem of the widow. You want to put more money into the program, so why not use some of that fundraising money to pay off her loan, which automatically puts more money in the program.
Okay. Thank you very much.
But yes, you can add more money to the program if you like. Just put it on the daily log as the amount in local currency plus what the equivalent would be in dollars, so we know where that money, so we can balance our books correctly. Okay, thank you for your questions.
Hi everyone. It's nice to be on this group. My name is Millie Nakato from Uganda, the director of Joyful Hearts Children Ministries. Actually, our ministry is just new. We are just new applicants who wants to join this. We started our program this year with a few caregivers of our parents. We are running a school and a ministry where we're supporting the poor and vulnerable children with good education, medical, feeding, after school program, and also parenting session. So where we realize it will be very good and of a good benefit to top.
Yeah, I think Millie's frozen.
Hopefully it's only a momentary freeze. So our photos from
I give capital as the microloan.
Okay, I think we've lost her.
Thank you, Millie. We lost Millie.
Oh,
Mariama, would you care to? I know you introduced yourself to the few of us earlier, but would you care to tell us about your program and where you are?
Mariama already did.
Okay,
Some case alone.
all right. You're right. Yeah. And Herman is online in the DRC. Herman, would you care to tell us who you are, your organization, how long you've been working with TCP Global, and what your latest achievements and problems are, and any suggestions you have? Allez-y.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
Comment ça va?
Ça va bien. Merci.
Jambo wote. Wazima huko?
Jambo.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Okay. Go ahead.
Bonjour. Okay. My name is Herman Chirihambali Luango from Minova, Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. We are at 50 kilometers from Goma, where we have clashes now. The war is going on, and when I'm talking now, we are getting many displaced people who are coming from the area where the war is going now. So we are also under pressure. I couldn't even attend this meeting. Anyway, it had been 2 years since we received a loan from TCP at our non-profit called Flourish Together. So many benefits from the women and great job. All of them had been able to send their children to school, feeding the children, paying the hospital fees, getting clothes, and one of them who bought a goat 2 years ago, now she has 3 goats, and she is getting more benefits from this. So our big challenge is based on the reports. My big problem with TCP is the reports. Also the language. We are an French speaking country. English is really difficult for us. Even when talking, my English is very weak. So we have some challenges with English. We have some challenges with reports. And the other problem here is the war. So we are not stable. People can run anytime. The business is not good. We are losing. So the situation is not good on the ground. My suggestion is, if in Africa, all the members who are getting loans from TCP, if we can organize a meeting 2 days or 3 days in Kenya, in Rwanda, in Uganda, even in Congo, to share experiences, these organizations who are getting, we want to learn, especially from us, Congo. We want to learn from our brothers who had been successful in the business, in the loan. We want to learn more from them. I would like even myself or some women from the organization to go to Uganda or Kenya and learn from our brothers how they are doing to be successful. So this is one of my suggestion. And
Yeah, if I
we-
might interrupt you, I'm sorry, Herman, but we haven't received a report from you since February of 2022, and our emails haven't been responded. I think whatever the issues are that we have with CAM in the DRC, we probably need to resolve separately through an email exchange or maybe a phone call. But the purpose of this call is to really share information among partners who are actually working with the program. Your program has been in closed status for over a year for lack of communication.
Okay. Thank you so much for
Okay, so
your
send us an email and we'll set up a call to try to help you get back on track.
Asante sana.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
I'm done.
hello.
Yes,
Thank
hi,
you.
Billy. Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry for the network. You know, Africa, everything we have to work hard to get it. Yeah, just like us, I'm happy that my colleague has joined in. We are two of us working together to this program. And let me introduce myself once again. I'm Millie Nakato from Uganda, under the organization called Joyful Hearts Children Ministries. We are reaching out to the poor and vulnerable children with education, feeding, medical care, parenting session, and even also sharing them the gospel of Jesus Christ. But on the parenting session, that's where we realize a program like yours, that TCP microloan would be a benefit to our kids' parents, as to many of our children's parents as teenage single mothers. So realizing most of them are teen mothers, they had no jobs, they had nothing to do, but the only thing they had to do was giving birth. So coming up with this program, we've just started it this year, and I'm telling you, we are seeing miracles happening in their lives. At least now we are assured our kids have a meal whenever they go back home. Because at school we provide the meal, but when they go back home, what happened next? So we have been able to see now, like, parents are earning something. They have something which keeps them busy, more than sitting around and just wait for men to come sleep around with them and have many children. So we've seen so many engagements with them, and even in our meetings, we've kept on having different sessions with them, most like when we're starting, teaching them how to use money. How do you prepare your money? How do you like save money? How do you do the whole process has really been beneficial, and the parents have been engaged, which has really given us joy and hope that we are seeing where we are going in the lives of our kids' families. So really, thank you so much for this idea. We are excited to partner with you, to work with you, to see that the world is changing, to see most of the single teenage mothers, so that they also have hope for tomorrow, which they didn't have. So thank you so much. We are happy to work with you. We are happy to be on this session, to learn from you, to hear a lot what you do, so that even we invest in other things which we didn't know. Yeah, so I'm going to welcome my colleague Hudson, his own group. If actually Hudson runs this program himself. So Hudson, you're welcome. Please introduce yourself and you let the colleague know how far we've reached and everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm sorry, my video may not be a bit clear due to the network, but as Millie said, we are working with Joyful Heart Children Ministry, and we are happy that we are partnering with you to see the success which we are seeing. I'm glad to report, among what Millie was saying, that we are seeing changes in the lives of the children and communities we are working with. Our concept of this community development resonating with the smallest money one can start with to change or better their lives. We've seen it working, because at first people thought they need to have big monies to start something, but we've seen people starting from scratch, and then they have put up many things. which actually has given us success, and then which has also given us hope, as Millie was saying. I want to put a case in point. One of our Jaja, we call Jaja is a Uganda word, which means a grandparent. This grandparent was struggling with her grandchildren because they are orphans, and she had nothing even to eat. And these children were moving in the community looking for scrap metals and then the plastic bottles so that they can sell them to get a meal. So with the introduction of this program, because those grandchildren were enrolled on our program at school to be studying, and the parent is able to send in something like books and also to books and pens to enable the children access education. But these things were not coming through. And then we kept on working with those children without anything. And there are quite a number of such children in the community. So with the introduction of this program, we've seen the change in this family, among others, but specifically in this family, where this old woman is able to weave baskets and sell them at a reasonable price. We've seen this growing from one basket. Now, as we talk, she's having 15. And then when you look at the way how she's paying back her loan, we are seeing a great improvement in this. So it is something which actually we are happy about, and it has become an inspiration to other mothers, the single mothers who would stay home, wait for men to give them money, others selling their body in this commercial sex exploitation. They exploited to get money to earn a living. So we are looking at these mothers who have been empowered. The program started with different approaches like sensitization about money. So, and then also we went into bookkeeping. Before even they accessed their loans, we had to go through that. Bookkeeping training, saving, and loaning, business setup, and things like that, among others. However, in the groups which we had even parents who had knowledge and skills of doing businesses, but their businesses were affected due to COVID-19. And then that made it even worse for their businesses to thrive. So with the introduction of this microloan, it actually helped those small struggling businesses to get back on their feet. And then we've seen this working. So I would say that as we've just started this program, as Miri was explaining, we are seeing a lot of changes. We are seeing a lot of changes, and many people, they want to join in. And actually, one of the challenges we got was that the money we had was little, and then we couldn't give everyone who wanted. But as we are growing and as people are bringing in money, we are seeing we're also growing and broadening our base of reaching out to many people in the community. So at first, we were looking at these people working in groups. The groups, we looked at them as that when we put them in the groups, it will help them to be accountable to one another. It will also act as a form of monitoring and evaluation of the businesses being set up and those which need the booster grant to keep running. So we've seen this working, that despite that individuals run individual businesses, but they come together in a group. And
Well, thank you very much for your sharing, but we do need to have time for other people to share as well. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Hudson. Good job. And we have Innocent in Yumbe, but we have Roland and Oscar in the DRC, and their connection may be even poorer than Yumbe's connection. Could Roland and Oscar with Asit in the DRC report on your program? Welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Roland. I'm one of technicians in ACIT.
Can you tell us something about your program, how long it's been operational, what impact it's having?
Well, Sister
the-
Rose is coming on. I don't know whether Roland wants Sister Rose to report or to report himself. Go ahead.
is the Sister Rose who will go to present the program. So I have to do something for her, for Sister Rose. Now leave the meeting for some minutes and I'm come back.
Okay. Merci. Innocent, our friend, do you and Lenny Christine want to report on your program?
Yes, please. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Chris. I'm really today very grateful for this meeting. And since we are having short time, I need to really give this opportunity to Lenny Christine, who is the current president of Yumbe Rotary Club. Please, shortly, Christine, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, thank you so much, everyone on Net High. I'm Lady Christine, as he said, president of Rotary Club of Yumbe and the chairperson for TCP Global Women Group, among other women group. The beauty of TCP Global is, as he pulled us to Rotary Club through the Seduk, who is our partner. And now the beauty of it is, in Rotary Club, as a member of TCP Global down there, now has gone globally with our partners, supporting back our communities. Now we are throwing back with our partners, our activities back to our community, and that's how women in Yumbe are getting transformed and they are getting developed. I am a businesswoman, profession. I am public health officer, midwife. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Christine. I'm really grateful. Just in a short, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Innocent Ajaga. I'm the Executive Director, Seduk Child Development, a physical agency of TCP Global. It has now reached to about 3 years that we're in partnership with TCP Global. We're really very grateful for TCP on behalf of the communities in Yumbe. We are very grateful. We are based in northern Uganda. We border South Sudan, and we also host the South Sudanese refugees who are also beneficiaries of TCP Global. Since we don't have time, I'd prepared a long presentation, but due to the interest of time, I just need to go direct to the achievements of TCP Global within these 3 years in partnership. One, the achievement is that TCP Global Women Group leaders initiated Yumbe Rotary Club that brought members together and pay backs to the community through WASH program and health. That has been a very great achievement that the women we supported have come together and initiated a Rotary Club. So this Rotary Club have many activities that in turn support the community. And then number two is beneficiaries have started to see profit in cultivation, food security. That has happened in the refugee settlement. We have 11 sites in the refugee settlement. With the profit earned, the women groups have shifted to subsistence with the profits earned, since the food ratio has been cut off in Bilbili refugee settlement, one of the largest refugee settlements in Africa. So they have shifted to shifting cultivation with the profits earned, whereby really it has, especially those women who have benefited from TCP Global. That one provides food security. It has also improved the lives of family members from 1 meal per day to 3 meals per day, and fully paying the school fees of their children and increase household income. That is really reality here with the TCP Global Fund and the business that the women have been doing. Of course, the meal from 1 meal, the whole day they could take 1 meal, but now 3 times, especially those who have benefited from TCP Global, and in turn, they can now pay school fees of their children. So that is really great achievement. And then also another great achievement is women are empowered in leadership opportunities. For example, when you look at the Rotary Club of Yumbe, it has been led by women. So that is really a leadership which has been encouraged by TCP Global. So they are really very proud. They can lead the communities. They have great impact. So that is actually a very great achievement of TCP Global. And then another thing I've noticed with this TCP Global Fund is domestic violence being reduced due to shared responsibilities. There used to be a lot of domestic violence and so on, but because the women who have benefited from TCP Global are sharing the responsibility, it has created a harmony in the households. And then it has also created better relationship between the host communities and the refugees, because in a group, in a site, you find there are host communities and the refugees. So they come together during the repayment period. So if you can look at this, Chris, can you see this photo here? You can see the achievement done here by TCP Global beneficiaries who have formed the Rotary Club. Now you see they have drilled wells, and then they are making shops, and then sensitizing communities on malaria eradications, and also visiting the sick people in the hospital. So I think that is a very great achievement, which we have realized. So you can see here, the women's are really from small scale businesses, they are expanding their businesses. You can see these are refugee settlement. Refugees who have benefited from TCP Global are no longer refugees. They say they are no longer refugees. They are now doing businesses. They are able to sustain their families so well. And then it has also some impacts where there is animal rearing, and then others have even, you see here, have started building houses. In most cases here, 90% of the communities in Yumbe live in grass-thatched houses. But now you can see here, they are building now iron sheet houses. That is a very great achievement here in Yumbe, northern part of Uganda. So you can even see here there are women who have so far built houses. You can see there. And then coming to challenges. One challenge is noticed there is financial linkage to institution is still a very big challenge, because we had planned to link these women now who need larger loans to the institutions. But because of other charges in some institutions, today we are still facing that challenge. And then another challenge is inadequate funds to loan out to the increased number of women groups applying to join the TCP Global programs. That is also a very big challenge, because TCP Global operates in zone 1, yet we have 5 zones in Bidibidi refugee settlement. So many women in other zones have picked interest to join TCP Global. So that is one of the biggest challenge. And then another challenge as a physical agency is few women groups leaders have smartphones to send their reports. So that is also another challenge. So at times it will force us to reach to these women groups to collect the reports. Otherwise, if they would be sending reports, and then there would be no need for us to reach to them. We only reach to them to give them guidelines, and we train their leadership to run the program more smoothly. And then another area is also, as the number of groups increases, we have limited volunteers to support and reach to them where they need help. This needs international volunteers to also come in, and then the local volunteers to also come in. So these are some challenges we are currently facing as fiscal agencies, and Lastly, I just need to, this is a happiness from the women groups. This is in Bidi Bidi refugee settlement. So it is the last word, a happiness from them. So you can see how happy this women's life has changed. And they are just very happy during their repayments. Thank you so much, Awadifo Ambogo. Thank you. Back to Chris.
Awadifo Ambogo.
Thank you so
Yeah, and we hope that all groups can come to the same level that SEDAC has and the Yumbe people are. Because now that the people have food on the table and they are meeting their basic needs, they're really giving back to the community in so many wonderful ways. And that's what we aspire for all of the programs.
Great. We have Irene Arroco online. Irene, would you like to, can you speak to us? Can you report on your program? Maybe Irene dropped off then. No, Irene is on. Go ahead, Irene.
I'm also here. I'm Greg Ripke, Peace Corps volunteer.
Thank you, Greg.
I think the camera's a little blurry.
Okay. Oh.
If we can clean it. No.
Okay, thank you so much. Irene Aroko from Fitch. Fitch is in Uganda. It's an organization that is in Oyam district. We work with the women groups, and we have worked with TCP Global for now coming to 3 years since 2021. And I can say there is a lot of achievements that we have seen in the groups that we work with. One of the achievements that have been caused through TCP Global Funds is that families are able to send their children to school, provide medical bills, and also provide them with good nutritive foods, because they are running businesses and they get profits. It's from the profits that they use to at least send their children to school. And now we have also witnessed from visiting them in their families, in their households, at their business premises. We have seen children go to better schools, not like those days where the children would go to government schools, and also good medical bills. Like women are even meeting medical bills. Like those days they wouldn't. They would wait for the men to do that. And if the men don't have money, so the sickness take long. I really give appreciation so much to TCP Global for that. And also the other thing that we are also witnessing in the women groups that we work with is increased saving levels as a result of the businesses and the fundings that were sent in the groups. If it was not because of the fundings, I don't think they would save that much. We have seen in the last cycle that we did the audit, the action audit, there was really that increased savings among the women, and it was just because of the businesses that they're operating. You know, it has not really been easy, and with the VSLA, the women would really save that little because it was that they would get, and many of them were farmers. But as a result of the introduction of the fund in the group, many now started doing IGS, which has helped them raise some money, and they're now at least saving and at the same time providing for the families. The other thing that we also see in the community is that with the women that we work with is improved relationship. Yeah, improved relationship. Like if we visit families, you find them happy, and the men are also testifying that their women are helping them, like provide for families. They don't just sit and wait to ask for money to be dropped on the table, but they just stand up and buy things for the households. So it has really improved relationship. We no longer hear issues of GBV like it used to happen, because we also have the change agents within the groups that used to settle cases for the families. Nowadays, it has just reduced. So all this is just as a result of the TCP Global money. The other thing is that many women and men have started businesses, and businesses are expanding. Like we have gone to, during our documentations, we find people that started small have already expanded, and even others are now employing other people in their businesses. That means that they're providing also opportunities for those that don't have employment. So it has really been a great thing in the community. I give a round of applause to TCP for all that they have done. Maybe on the challenges, the biggest challenge that we have had, the challenge that we really have and is still moving on, is on reporting. We purchased cell phones for the women groups to ease the reporting, so that at least reports reach on time. But being groups that are really in remote areas and people are illiterate, we still receive reports very late. And even others, if we don't go for the support visit, then the reports don't reach us. So it has made that delay in the reporting to occur, but we are yet to send, we are sending the report by tomorrow, the report that we haven't yet shared. I know it's going to be shared tomorrow. We are done with it. It's just because we had issues in the reports that were shared, and we're still offering that support in the groups. And I know with that one, we are going to improve on it. And also the other challenge that we find is that we have the groups, the groups are there, but the money that they loan out is not that much, because their number keeps increasing yearly. Like the impact that they cause in the community and how they are living in the community motivates many to join the women group. So we have like very many numbers join the group, but now when the funds reach, it's not enough for many, so they keep requesting, which I know if everything goes well, they will still receive. I think that is all we have for now, but I really want to send my appreciation again to TCP Global, to Helena and Chris, that you have really done an amazing job in our communities, and you've really put smiles on people's faces. Yeah.
Thank you, Irene. I'd like to respond. One thing, most of our savings groups have 30 members. So we build the loan pool to the point where for 30 members, they can have 2 loans a year of 300 each. So if you add more people to that group, it diminishes the amount of money that each individual person can receive for a loan. It's better to add new groups rather than add people to existing groups. 30 is kind of the maximum number. And I had a long meeting yesterday about the cell phones, and maybe Greg can talk to Kurt to give him some more information about how this is going to be affordable. Because we know that we need to have cell phones for people from remote sites, so that Innocent doesn't have to travel 15 kilometers to the bitty bitty refugee camp, and Fitch doesn't have to travel long distances. So we are working on that problem. And I'd also like to address another thing that Innocent brought up, and that is accessing bank loans. I've come to realize that that's probably a problem that Rotary should work on internationally. I've been talking to the people at the Rotary Action Group for Economic Development, and Rotarians in all these countries could work with the governments to come up with criteria for banks to reach out and make affordable loans to to people who don't really have collateral. They do that successfully in Colombia. And I think we need a system change. It's not like you can go to an individual bank and make this work. We need some kind of a system change that maybe Rotary International can help us with.
Yeah, they will come up with.
It's TCP Global is supposed to be like the first step, and then we want them to be able to enter the formal economy in a safe way. So that's the next step we need. So thank you for your questions, and back to you, Chris.
Yes. Thank you, Irene. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Helene. So, Mariama, did you
Yes.
have a question or a point?
Yeah, I just want to say something about the impact that DCP funding has created for us. For the past 3 years that we have been working in our communities, it has really worked well for us. Well, this year you can see from our reports that we changed a lot of things. For the past 2 years, it was open to them. The community leaders, we are not involved. So like we made a procedure that, and we communicated with them that if you want to take this money, we have to get access to your community health. If you are a church member, you are a Christian, you attend church, your pastor should be known about the project and the money that you are taking. So it has helped us a lot. The loan recovery has improved. That's kudos on the community executives that we set, because they suggested that we should be at the office, they will do their work. So we don't normally go in the field except at the end of the month, we get meeting with them. But the community leaders, the executives that they appointed, normally collect the money from them. We just do the verification. So one of the key things again has helped us is that whenever a group apply for loan, we send our staff at the field to do some verification and make sure that every one of them have their own businesses that they are doing. Because some of them, we come to understand that there was a group head who wrote about two of their family members, joined their family member in the group. They were not living in that community. So it was a challenge on them to recover that money. So we try hard and recover it. But the procedure actually are working well, and it has improved on our overall programming. Like by next year, we'll be sending 2 kids in Liberia to attend summit, and that help will come from TCP earnings that we are having, and we are working on it. We have just sent one of our staff with 2 kids to attend the AGS planning meeting, and all because of this TCP Global Fund support, the office has improved because the women are giving all the support. Because this time there was nothing like when you call the women, it is very difficult to gather them for the good parenting skills, because we normally give them the good parenting ideas. We have a department called the life skill department who normally talk to parents how to treat their kids and so on and so forth. But with the help of TCP, the parents are now well involved in our program because they normally come to the office for orientation, end of month orientation. Whenever we are giving them these monies, we make sure that they partake in the orientation to know that we are giving them this money for their children, more especially for their female children, because we want to improve, we want to increase on the girls' retention in school program in our projects. So that's it.
Thank you so much. And Roland is back with us with Sister Rose in Bukavu, DRC. And I don't know whether you feel good enough to report in English to us, Roland. Unfortunately, I don't think many of us have your ability in French, so we unfortunately need English. Go ahead.
Good morning again. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I'm Roland. As I say, since I don't know English very well, so I have to present as it. So it's Sister Rose who will do that. So I want Sister Rose to present as it, and I'll continue with other things.
Okay, thank you so much. Is Sister Rose there?
Chris, perhaps we should have a French-speaking meeting with Niger and with a seat, because Niger would have a lot of experiences that would be appropriate for a seat, and they speak French.
So we will invite Asit and Herman, if you would like, to a meeting with Niger. And
so
Elaine and I
can
will not be able to speak much, but you will be able to speak.
I have to try, but I don't know if you'll understand correctly what I'll speak about. So ACIT is an organization which work with TCP. Now we have 1 year and some months. In that 1 year, TCP asks us to nous a demandé de donner 1500 comme un préfinancement. After that, TCP sends us $1,500. Nous avons distribué l'argent en question à nos membres la fois passée. Et nous avons donné les rapports. Après ça, encore TCP nous a appuyé. Do you catch me?
We understood the English part, and I understood a little bit of the French, which was a translation of the English. So maybe we will try a French meeting with Niger for the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So merci beaucoup. Pardon. We will go ahead and we have not had David introduce himself. He is one of our partners and working with us in Yumbe, but he has programs all over Uganda and some in the DRC. Go ahead, David. You can introduce better than I.
Excusez-moi, je ne peux pas le français. Je suis américain. I just wanted to say I'm David. I run Thirst Relief International. We do WASH projects in 6 countries. We're in the Amazon rainforest, Tanzania, Kenya, Congo, Uganda, and India. And it's nice to be here to see the fine work that you guys are doing, and it's very exciting for me. I love this model, and I want to know more about what you're doing and be a support and an encouragement and help you in any way that I can. Thank you for having me, and excusez-moi, je n'aime pas français.
Merci beaucoup. So, Helene, was there anything else that we need to discuss or resolve before it's on? Well, it is 1 hour of meeting now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd just like to say that if David knows any really good partners in some of those other countries, we find new partners who are introduced from a trusted source, that perhaps we could open up TCP Global programs with some of your other partners in those other countries. But no, I think we covered everything, and I hope you all take the opportunity to reach out to others on this call who might have common experiences that maybe you could help each other along.
So the way to reach out to others is in the invitation to the call is the list of everyone's email address. So if you hit reply, then you will see everyone's email address pop up. And you can write to people individually. One question we had was, whether you would like another meeting like this or in some other form, and if you would like another meeting, when would you like another meeting? So I believe that is Sister Rose. Hello, Sister Rose. Did you want to give us?
So, how are you?
We are fine, merci.
Okay, I am very glad to be with you today. And I present my excuse because of the internet connection, which was not functioning well at the beginning. So, as you said above, I'm Sister Rose and I'm Ulisa Balaluka from the DR Congo. And we are working with TCP Global around 1 year and a half. Our achievement, firstly, we organized financial education sessions and also increased the amount granted to the new members. And thank you to the first support and the second support from TCP Global. For problems we encounter, sufficiency of office equipment, especially since we only have 2 computers, which sometimes are incapable of supporting the processing of the daily newspaper. Inaccessibility in certain environments following insecurity and lack of means of transport and sometimes. And also lack of communication networks, poor networks like today. Regarding the benefits of our borrowers, many of our members are now able to elevate their miseries. Some water, because they now have access to primary health care. Others are now able to send at least one of their children to school and are able to improve their dates. But among them, we have one of our members who saw his share capital increase. He opened a flower depot. There is also another woman who plans to start importing clothes by coming in Bukavu town in the great market. And those things are sometimes from Europe or from Uganda or from Burundi, etc. Currently, they have sent us a request for larger amounts, but according to our credit policy, we cannot quickly respond to their requests because we like to move forward gradually with our members in order to minimize risks and improve the scope of our credits. What makes us happy is to see that their living conditions are leading to positive improvement. And also, this this program with TCP Global help us also to improve relationship and to build a peaceful community by putting people together, and as themselves they are living in the same community, they have that desire to build a peaceful community. And we thank TCP Global for the support we received from her. And we don't know how to say, we didn't prepare images because of the conditions of the network, but I think by next time we'll do that. And we start also with, at the beginning, we start with a small money, $20 or 30 per a person, but now the amount increased, and we are preparing new group which will receive the second loans from TCP, from TCP Global. And our problem also, we can't do more than what we have. And people are also facing the problem of electricity and water. Even if our country is among of the countries where water is found, but for people is really a serious problem for them to have that access to water and electricity. And there are also the famous problem of malaria in our area, but we think things will go wrong, and slowly. That's what I can say. Maybe the other participants, they are speaking French. I don't know if they will be able to express really their ideas in English. Maybe when we'll have a meeting with the Francophones, Niger and others, I think they will, those who are speaking French, they will speak during that meeting. Your questions are welcomed. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup. We will have a meeting in French also. So what are your suggestions to make this meeting better? Do you have suggestions to make the meeting better besides having a Francophone meeting? A Francophone meeting we will have, but
we could allow people to share a few pictures. We'd have to put a limit on the time, but a picture, 1,000 words.
Good.
For us who don't speak English very well, would have like to have someone who speak French in the meeting.
Yeah, we'll have a separate
translate something we are speaking about.
Nous comprenons. We will try.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, yes, Chris.
Yes, allez-y. Go ahead.
Yeah, yes, please. Indeed, I'm really very grateful for these meetings, because it has been a long time that we're not been having TCP Global meetings. It is all about sharing ideas and learn each other. I'm suggesting that next time we need to allocate time for each participant, maybe each physical agency, so that we know this. Maybe each physical agency can take maybe 10 minutes or maybe 15 minutes, something like that.
Good.
It depends on how many people are on the call. If there's
Yes.
10 people, that could be a problem.
So the other thing we could do is go back to what we did before and have a presenter for the meeting. So just one of you presents your program to everyone, and then each meeting someone else. Would you like it that way, or do you like it with everyone telling about a little bit about their program?
I think my suggestion would be if you could follow the previous procedure, where you can give at least maybe 1 hour for a presenter, so that someone can clearly stipulate maybe some other more challenges, some even presenting some photos and other issues. That would be great.
Good. Hudson?
Yeah.
Hudson,
Yeah,
go
thank you.
ahead.
Thank you so much. For me, I would be okay with everyone presenting, because it will be participatory, and then it gives a different lens of seeing things as opposed to one person presenting. So I would be okay with that, like the way we were doing. It was cool. Thank you.
Thank you, Hudson. Anything else?
Yeah, maybe some
Yes,
combination, a half-hour presentation, and everybody asks questions and have a more brief time to share. I'm sorry.
Okay. Also, this is Millie. I had something to say.
Go ahead.
Yeah, in the kind of presentations to cut time or to kill time, I think it would be better if, like, ministries, organizations come with PowerPoint presentations, so that you just share in your PowerPoint, video, pictures. It summarizes everything. So I think that would be really better for everyone.
So, Innocent, I will share your PowerPoint with everyone after the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
So,
Okay, my suggest, okay, also.
yes, go ahead.
I would like to suggest, as the former suggested, maybe a person can present for next time their program, so that can help people to ask some questions and to learn also from others. Secondly, for those who are speaking French, if you can also organize a meeting in French, so that a group also can present in French, and others can learn also from the group presenter, and also they can ask questions and so forth and so on. That my suggestion.
Excellent. Thank you. We will try to have the meeting in French with Niger, and it appears like more people are asking for just one person, and we rotate through people to present. Does anyone want to present their program for March 15th?
March.
So that would be the same day in March as now, but the 15th of March, a Friday.
You know, there's really only 3 sites that are on right now. That's Fitch and the program Case Salone and Innocence program. And I'm sorry, in Joyful Hearts. So there's 4. Maybe we should open this up to others who are not here.
We invited them and I do not know why they did not attend. Hudson?
I think Joyful Hearts will be glad to share if given an opportunity.
Good. So is this day and time okay with everyone, or is there a better day and time?
Works for me.
All right. So our next meeting will be, is it all right? Friday, March 15th at this same time. Do I have a calendar that shows that? So it must be I believe the 3rd Friday of March. 1, 2, 3.
That sounds good.
Yeah. At this same time. Good. Thank you very much. It was good seeing you. Anything before we conclude the meeting?
Yeah, one other suggestion, maybe for all of those who are planning to attend, they could send a little paragraph ahead of time to give us an idea of who else is on the call. Since people aren't giving actual presentations, just send a little summary of what your program does.
Good. And so send a summary of your program so that we can share with everyone. And then Hudson will present the program in March.
Correct. Yes, that's my suggestion.
Someone is presenting.
Good. Anything else before we conclude the call?
Stay healthy, stay dry, have a happy holiday.
Yeah.
Thank you
Merry
so
Christmas.
much.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
seeing
you.
you. Merry
Thank you.
Christmas. And
Thank you. Thank you.
bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good seeing you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.